Workers' comp insurance. What does it cover? In this brief video, I'm going to go over that coming right up. Okay, workers' compensation insurance, and what does it cover? This form of insurance is mandatory in most states when you have employees, and it pays for the following when an employee is injured or becomes ill on the job: medical bills, rehab expenses, prescriptions, surgical costs, hospitalizations, ongoing care, and mileage reimbursements for getting to and from doctor's appointments. These are all set by statute, meaning the reimbursement rates are set by the state in which the employer is located. It also covers full or partial disabilities arising from those work-related injuries, which is also set by a state schedule. Lastly, are wages. Workers' comp pays a portion of lost wages during the period of time that the injured worker is unable to work. That wage is the average of the last 52 weeks of wages times 2/3. So say an injured worker had an annual salary of $50,000 a year. That's an average weekly wage of $961. That gets multiplied by 66.67, or 2/3, to arrive at the weekly reimbursement of $641. Now you may be asking, why don't I get my full wages? And the answer is that replacement wages under workers' comp are not taxable. So this 2/3 equation sort of evens that out. Also, there are some caps and maximums which differ with every state. What happens if an employer doesn't carry workers' comp and a worker is injured? Well, that employer will pay the cost of remediating the claim out of pocket, meaning all of the bills and the wages. And they'll probably be fined by the workers' comp authority in their state for failure to carry coverage. So everything I've mentioned talks about protecting employees for on-the-job injuries and illnesses. What about the employer? Well, I'm glad you asked. There's actually something in the workers' comp policy called Employers Liability insurance, or Part 2 of the policy. And that protects the employer from lawsuits that may arise from employees or their spouses for work-related injuries or illnesses. Now, don't get this confused with employment practice liability insurance. That's something different. So there you have it in a nutshell. Have specific questions about workers' comp that I didn't cover here? I have a ton of videos on this coverage, so you can search my YouTube playlist, or you can contact me directly. You'll see my contact info below, and it's also coming up in a second. And in the description box, you can book a call directly on my calendar. So please reach out and let's chat. Lastly, if you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks.